This is an introduction video on multiplicative inverse, and the requirement is that you need to understand what congruence is. If you haven't known about it yet, I've made a video about it already. Or basically, congruence is this three-line symbol mod something, which means that the number on the left-hand side, modulo n, is equal to the number on the right-hand side, modulo n. And while the multiplicative inverse equation is written like this: a dot b is congruent to 1 modulo n, which is that we want to find the number b such that a's multiplicative inverse is b. And well, if we found it, we could write it as like this. This means that b is a's multiplicative inverse under the scope of mod n. And we write it this way so that when people see it, we know that it satisfies the equation that a dot b is congruent to 1 mod n. Which is kind of different if you look at it in a congruent sense, but in a way that allows people to know that it is a multiplicative inverse of another number. And now we'll look at the way of finding the multiplicative inverse. We take a equals 2, n equals 5 as an example. We're trying to find a number b that satisfies the equation. And so we try it out, right? If b equals to 1, then 2 times 1 mod 5 is equals to 2, which doesn't satisfy 1. And if b equals 2, then 2 times 2 mod 5 is equal to 4, also doesn't satisfy 1. And if b equals to 3, in this case, then 3 times 2 times 3 mod 5 is equal to 1, which satisfies that we want it to be congruent to 1, and satisfy it. And so we could write it as the 2's multiplicative inverse is 3 under the scope of modulo 5. And there's this tip to sort of understand what multiplicative inverse is. We see that in the usual sense, the inverse of a number is basically the reciprocal of that number. And when we multiply the number with its reciprocal, it results in 1. And well, in multiplicative inverse, we look at the equation and we know that the number's inverse, the number's multiplicative inverse is congruent to 1. The 1 is the same here. So yeah, when upon we see the word inverse in this sense, and it is defined under arithmetic, modular arithmetic, we know that yeah, this would be the equation, and we really understand this.